How's it going, everybody? This is Cogent Canine. And today I wanted to rant about intervention. We had that stuff happen in Syria lately, which is a clusterfuck. The situation in Syria is absolutely devastating, and it's really hard to know what to do there. Everybody thinks they know the right thing to do, and I'm not too sure about it. That's why I wanted to talk about foreign intervention and what it really means in principle and what it means at the two extreme ends. We have some people, isolationists, who say we should never intervene in foreign affairs. We should never go into other countries no matter what. This is our country. This is where we lay our heads. If it doesn't affect the taxpayer, then who gives a damn? And then you got the war hawks, then you got the people who are ready for war at any second beating the war drums. If no matter what happens, before we even see if the actual chemical attacks were done by Assad, before we actually see if there's any weapons of mass destruction, we just rush into war. Guns a-blazing because we're defending some principle without actually thinking it through. So you have these two extremes, and I think both are wrong. And I wouldn't know about equally wrong. Maybe equally wrong, given that going into a country, guns a-blazing, can kill a lot of people. And given isolating yourself in the U.S. and never stepping outside of it can also kill a lot of people. That can also leave a lot of people to be killed by dictators and by terrorists and by any really extreme faction or organization that wants to cause chaos. They can on any lesser nation. We have lots of deals. We have lots of agreements with other nations where we're their standing army. We have lots of bases in other countries where we do help people. We're not just there for economic gain. And there's another extreme that people talk about. Any type of intervention, any type of aid, any type of boots on the ground, any type of talk about foreign intervention, people think it's all for economic gain. It's all because we're going there to set up some sort of oil line to get back to the U.S. Now, I think there may be some truth to this, but to say that that's the U.S.'s intention all the time is just to go in for economic gain, I think is a little conspiratorial. Now, where do I find myself in all this? I find myself not really knowing what to do in a lot of circumstances, given I don't have all the information. Now, there may be some clear-cut dry cases where we can say, yeah, we definitely need to go in there. We definitely shouldn't have gone in there. But I think the question needs to be asked, when is it appropriate? When is it okay for us to toe the line in saying our way of living is better than your way of living? Because let's remember, even in these dictatorships, even in, like, let's say North Korea, this is a hostage state, but pretty much all the hostages have Stockholm syndrome. They believe that their captor is God. So it's not always this case that the people we're liberating are going to thank us afterwards. And this is going to make it very easy for people who are isolationists to say, hey, see, look, they didn't even want you there. But it's possible to want the wrong things. It's possible to say you want to live your life in a burqa in the middle of the desert and be wrong, because that would not be best for you. And I think sometimes, given we're more advanced, given we have set up a system that does value freedom and human rights for the most part, I think some of the times it is our duty to step in and to help people, even if they say they don't want help, because the situation is so bad. But really, I'm not an isolationist, and I'm not beating the war drums. But I think we have to think about this clearly and meet somewhere in the middle and not be so sure of ourselves in our stance if we're on one extreme or the other. But I would hope and I would think that most of us are somewhere in the middle on this. We can see that sometimes intervention is necessary, and sometimes war is definitely not necessary. So basically, that's all I had to say about that. I just wanted to get that off my chest real quick, and everyone have a good day. All right, bye.